Hello friends, you saw my giant Tokyo stationery haul, you went virtual shopping with me in the vlog where we visited 12 stores, and now you're ready to plan your own trip. But with so many stores, where to even begin? We're going to be using my trusty Paper Republic journal to help you plan, and this video is for anyone who's traveling to Tokyo and who wants to build their own stationery shopping itinerary. I'm going to show you exactly how I planned my trip to save time, avoid overwhelm, and find my holy grails. I've also created a free guide that lists all of the stores I'm talking about on Google Maps, so you can click on the link below to gain access to that. So we'll do this in 3 steps. I'll introduce you to the most popular stationery stores. I'll share my anchor store strategy to help you plan. And I'll give you my honest reviews of the stores I went to so that you can decide what to visit and what to skip. By the end of this video, you'll be able to create an itinerary that works for you. So let's get started. So grab your notebook because I'm sure you're going to be wanting to take notes. I have a glass of Red Bull here because this is one of those days. Okay, so let's plan your trip. So first, to help you understand the landscape, I want to introduce you to the most popular stationery stores and break them down into a few categories. Now, this isn't going to be a list of every stationery shop in the city, just the more popular ones. These are lifestyle department stores that sell a huge range of items but have incredible sections dedicated to stationery. When it comes to stationery, Loft is the most famous. They have entire floors or sections dedicated to stationery. It's trend focused and stocked with the latest and most popular items. If you want to see what's currently trending in the Japanese stationery world, Loft is the place to go. They also do collabs and limited editions available exclusively at Loft. Similar to Loft, Hands is a department store, but its stationery section leans more towards the functional, artistic, DIY side. Here you get art supplies and items for bookbinding, leatherworking, and other craft. Seria is the 100 yen store where everything costs 100 yen. They sell notebooks, planners, etc. But their main draw is their stickers and other small items. Now, someone mentioned Daiso, another 100 yen store, in the comment section of my other video. I haven't been, so I can't comment on it, but I believe they do have a small stationery section as well. This second category is your large, sometimes multi-level stores that are almost entirely dedicated to stationery and art supplies. Itoya is probably the most famous stationery store in Japan, maybe even the world. It's got 12 levels, not to mention the annex. I think it's more of an institution than a store. To me, Itoya is more like a Neiman Marcus where the items are a bit more high-end and they have exclusive collections. I hope that's the correct spelling. So Kyukyodo is supposed to be the oldest stationery company in Japan. It was established in 1663. They specialize in traditional Japanese paper. They have incense, calligraphy supplies, etc. Now, Sekaido is the go-to destination for art supplies in Tokyo. Their flagship store is in Shinjuku, and it's a huge multi-story building packed with paints, canvases, and apparently, because I haven't been so I can't confirm, they sell them at discounted prices. Finally, you have the dedicated stores for specific brands offering the complete product line and exclusive items you can't find anywhere else. Under this, you've got the Travelers Factories for Travelers Company notebooks, Tobichi, which is the Hobonichi flagship store, MT Labs for MT washi tape, and Cora custom fountain pens, etc. Now, this isn't a list of all of the stationery stores, but this should give you an idea of the landscape. So now that you know the major stores, let's go about planning your trip. The first and most important thing that you have to do is decide on your anchor items. What are the holy grail products you have to get? Are there any specific brands? What about the limited editions? Research and narrow down the items. If they're special editions, they will probably only be available at specific flagship stores, and these flagship stores become your anchor locations. Now, the reason you want to do this is because Tokyo is huge. This is the biggest city in the world, and while the public transport system is excellent, it takes time to get from one area to the next. You don't want to waste precious vacation time commuting through the city. And I found that many of the flagship stores are not in the main districts that a first-time visitor might go to. So prioritize these and plan to get your holy grail items first. Now for me, it was Traveler's Company. I knew I had to get the airport exclusive items from Narita and the train exclusives from Tokyo stations. So those items dictated my anchor store. Once you have your anchors, check and see if there are any stationery stores nearby. This is simple. Just type in the name of the neighborhood in maps and type in stationery shops. For example, the Traveler's Factory Nagamaguro location is only a 10-minute walk from the Starbucks Reserve location. The Hobonichi flagship store, Tobichi, is a 10-minute walk from Bungo Box, which is a small fountain pen store. Itoya is also just one train stop away from Traveler's Factory Tokyo Station, or you could just walk. It's about a 20 to 25-minute walk. This is also the time to check if any of the big department stores I mentioned are located nearby. Loft, Seria, they have stores dispersed around the city, so it would be more efficient to visit the stores that are located near your anchor locations rather than crisscrossing the city and wasting precious time. And just because you're going to the smaller locations doesn't mean you're going to be shortchanged on variety. I actually preferred the smaller Loft store at Ueno than at the flagship store in Shibuya. Now, if you're not looking for anything bespoke, you just want to browse through stationery stores generally and see what's up, the best place to do that is at one of the three big commercial districts: Shinjuku, Shibuya, and Ginza. Now, I am 100% sure that you will definitely go to one, if not all three of these districts when you visit Tokyo. These areas have the highest concentration of massive multi-level stores like Loft, Itoya, and you can visit several of them in a single afternoon without spending much time on a train. More importantly, this is how you maximize tax-free shopping. These department stores all have tax-free counters, so consolidate all your general purchases into one or two large shopping trips in these districts so that you can easily hit the 5,500 minimum spend. Now, just a quick overview of where the flagship stores are in these locations. We'll start with Shinjuku. The biggest hand store is here, including the flagship store of Sekaido. The biggest Seria is also here. The famous Isetan store is also located at Shinjuku. I added the store here because they do have a pen section. No photography is allowed in this section, so I couldn't take pictures. Now, Shibuya is where I spent the most time here. This is where I did most of my shopping because I also wanted to go to Tower Records and check some of the other bigger stores here. Loft's flagship store is located in Shibuya. High Tide is also here. With Ginza, you're basically here for Itoya. I keep having to check whether I've spelled this shop right, but the flagship store of Kyukyodo is also located here, the Tokyo flagship that is. The Muji flagship store is also in Ginza if you want to check out their stationery section. Ancora is also in Ginza. I think it's 10 minutes away from Itoya. The main selling point of Ancora is that you can create your own custom fountain pen. I think it's fun and maybe something I will do next time I'm in Tokyo. One thing to note is that Tokyo Station is just one stop away from Ginza, and that's where you've got Traveler's Factory. You also have Maruzen here, the Maruzen Marunouchi flagship store. Now, I didn't go here because Maruzen is essentially a bookstore with a section on stationery. So now you've got an idea of the landscape, you've got an idea of what to find in the main business districts, and now for my review and experiences at the store and whether you should check them out for yourself. Let's take the pink. Okay, now let's start with what was my anchor location. My priority was the Traveler's Factory locations. I will do a deep dive report on all three, including the Starbucks location, in another video. But the gist of it is, if you are a Travelers Company fan, no matter if you already have everything from the company, the limited editions, the brass products, the charms, etc., you will still go here. Why? Because you've come on a Travelers Company pilgrimage and you want to pay homage. Second, the inserts and accessories here are way cheaper than they are in your home country, so you should stock up. However, there is one thing I don't want you to stock up on. And I'll tell you what that is when I talk about another store later. Now, which one should you visit? Well, that depends on the limited edition item you're seeking out, because all three have different items and experiences that can only be found in each location. Next, Tobichi. I have been curious about Hobonichi, and what better way to explore the brand and its offering than by going to the flagship store, Tobichi. I got my first Hobonichi notebook here and I am actually really excited to use it. I'm not familiar with the brand, but the store seemed to have the entire lineup. The main thing that stood out to me was that a lot of the English variants of the weeks and the special covers were out of stock. And I love that they gave a freebie with each purchase. I haven't opened mine yet, but I got this pen and I got this paperweight, which actually I can probably use it now. Oh, cute. I love that. Okay, it can sit right here. So yeah, I love that they gave a freebie. Plus, they do a tax refund if your total bill is above 5,500 yen, something which the Travelers Factory locations don't do. So don't forget to carry your passport. Now, close to Tobichi is a small fountain pen store called Bongo Box. I'm not a fountain pen person, so I skipped that, but you can check it out if that's something you're into. The other flagship store I went to was MT Labs. Now, unless you're an MT washi fanatic and you're looking for a particular washi tape, I would say this one can be skipped. It's in a nondescript neighborhood. If you're staying in the Asakusa temple area, then this is a store you could walk to. It's about a 15-minute walk from the temple area, which doesn't seem long, but in the heat of summer, when it's 30 degrees plus, it is a long walk. They do have 2 gashapon machines and some limited releases. The store itself is lovely and I did enjoy my time there, but it is small. They only sell washi and I don't think it's worth going all the way here, especially if it's out of the way for you. Now, a store that is close by is Kakimori. By the way, if you can't figure out my handwriting, don't worry. I'll make sure I post the name of the stores up. So Kakimori is a small store and they sell pens and you can even make your own notebooks in the store. You can choose from over 30 types of paper and they even bind it for you right there and then. You can even add stamp foiling. Now, I didn't go here because you need to make an appointment during the weekends and holidays. And plus, I'm not a fountain pen person, so I gave this one a skip. Now, Seria, the 100 yen store, or 110 yen with tax is what it really is. So you're basically here for the stickers. If you're looking for generic sticker designs, stock up here. Now, my tip is, if you like something but you aren't sure whether to get it or not, just get it. Just close your eyes and get it. You will probably not come across a cheaper option, and the quality is good. Now, they do have items other than stationery, so it's a great place to pick up a few things if you want to take a few things back as gifts. They don't have a lot compared to the other stationery stores, but at 110 yen, it's a bargain. Now, Loft. I went to two locations, one in Ueno and the flagship store at Shibuya. Now, I prefer the one at Ueno. It was smaller, but I felt that because it was smaller, they were able to offer a more curated collection versus the one at Shibuya, where the thinking probably was, hey, if it's got a pen, if it's got anything to do with a paper, just throw it into the shop. I did see a few brands at the Shibuya flagship that were not there at Ueno, but my advice is this. If you're not looking for anything specific or a artist Loft exclusive, just go to the Loft that is most convenient for you. You're not missing out by skipping the flagship. Now, remember what I said about not buying certain items at Traveler's Factory? Here is the tip. If you know you are going to Loft, do not buy any of the standard inserts or standard journals from Traveler's Factory. Buy them from Loft, because then you can get it tax-free. Loft has tax-free counters for purchases over 5,500 yen, which is really easy to hit, by the way. So this is a great way to save a bit of coin. And again, please don't forget to carry your passport. I know this is something that a lot of us never do. We lock up our passports back in our suitcase in our hotels, but Tokyo is the only place where you are actively encouraged to carry your passport on your person. Hands. Hands was such a lovely surprise. Yes, it does have that office vibe to it, but the sticker selection, at least at the Shibuya location, was the biggest I had ever seen. Same with their stamps and sealing wax supplies. The store had a lot more of these than Loft did. Also, their art supply section was incredible. They do have crafty items if you're into bookbinding and the like. If you are an artist looking for art supplies, I would say skip Loft and either go to Hands or to Sekaido. Sekaido would probably be your better bet because this is supposed to be the art shop in Tokyo. I didn't go, so I don't have first-hand account of this. Now, the other store that I went to is High Tide, which is in Shibuya. Actually, High Tide should probably go here as well. Now, High Tide is a small but popular store in Shibuya. Everything here is definitely more vivid in terms of color, and they do seem to stock up some specialty items and brands that I didn't see at Loft. They do have their own in-house brand as well. The range is nowhere close to what you see at Loft, so check their website first, but it's a great stop if you're already in Shibuya and you want to see something different. Then Kyukyodo. With Kyukyodo, now it's the Kyoto store that's actually more famous. It's interesting to see if you're close to one of their locations, but I think for most people, this can be skipped unless you have a specific interest in traditional Japanese paper goods. By the way, if you are going to the observation deck at the top of the Shibuya Scramble Square, then the Kyukyodo store is actually on the same level as the entry to the observation deck on the 14th floor. Itoya. Now, please temper your expectations when heading to Itoya. It is fun and it is worth the look, but I would say treat it like a visit to the museum. Unless you're looking for an Itoya exclusive item or you're looking for that special pen, do a quick browse, satisfy your curiosity and leave. It's always crowded, and the range of products that they have, it may be large, but I felt it lacked depth. Their fountain pen collection did seem outstanding, at least to someone like me who doesn't really know anything about fountain pens. It looked pretty great. The items are on the higher price point. Also, what really annoyed me was the fact that you have to pay on the floor where you find the items. I found that quite restrictive. For me, I would have liked the option to go through all the floors, pick up what I want, and then go to one cash counter instead of going to multiple cash counters every time I pick something up from that particular floor. For me personally, I think Loft is so much more fun. I still have to edit my Itoya video. Hopefully that will be the next video coming up next week. Now the other one that I went to was Yodobashi, and I guess it goes somewhere here, but not really. Yodobashi, now I'd only recommend this if you're already planning to go here. Yodobashi's claim to fame is that it's the biggest electronic store in the world. It's quite funny. For a city like Tokyo, where there are so many space constraints, there are a surprising number of world's biggest stores here. Yodobashi has a section on the second floor dedicated to stationery. They have Hobonichi, Midori, and a few other popular brands. What really stuck out to me is that they have the largest collection of kita stickers that I had seen anywhere else. Plus, their washi tape collection was more varied compared to Loft and Hands. Also, some of the stationery here was actually cheaper than at the other stores, but not by a huge margin. I think I paid 308 yen for the kita stickers at Yodobashi, while I paid 410 yen at Loft. Now, the price difference isn't a huge amount that it warrants a trip here, but if you happen to go to Yodobashi, definitely check out the second floor and maybe stock up on a few stationery items. Plus, they do have tax-free counters. So that's it. In my opinion, if you manage to get your holy grail items from the anchor stores and then you hit one of the big name stores, one or two of them, Loft or Hands, if you're looking for art supplies, maybe Sekaido. Once you do that, that's all you need really. You don't need to go to all of these stores because they all carry the same things and the prices are fairly consistent across the board. So do the bulk of your shopping at the ones that offer tax-free services. And remember, stationery shopping is just a very small part of the overall Tokyo experience. There is so much to do and see and eat, and I don't want you wasting your precious vacation time commuting across the city trying to get from one stationery store to the next because of FOMO. Leave all the commuting for when you get back home. So plan wisely, have fun, and just enjoy being there. You're one of the lucky few who have managed to make it to Japan, so celebrate that. I hope this has been helpful. Give it a thumbs up if it has, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. By the way, before I go, I just wanted to show you this. My friend gave it to me last night. She got it from Bangkok, and it's such a cute little coffee mug, but I'm using it as my pen stand for now. So cute.